Hi, and welcome back to another episode of This is Manchego. This channel will be exploring various cheeses, tasting them, and also reviewing them. If you're like me, you've found out that there's a whole deep world of cheese to explore, and this channel is just my journal of findings that I'd like to share with you as I myself navigate this very deep rabbit hole that is cheese. In this episode, we will be reviewing a Brie cheese I stumbled upon that I found out was made locally. While there are many variants of Brie cheese available, we will be talking about this one specifically by this particular local cheese crafter. I think we will find that characteristics of this cheese in general are very different from those that we had reviewed in the first cheese video, which was Manchego, and thus hopefully it'll give us a sense of some of the contrasting types of a cheese that exist. So with that, let's review this cheese. This is a review of the 4-inch Brie cheese by Golden Ears Cheesecrafters. First, let's look at some of the details of this cheese. So we know it's locally made Brie cheese, and from what I was told is sourced from the Jersey cows that were right next door to the Golden Ears Cheesecrafters. This cheese crafter makes all of their own cheese in-house, and as far as I know, this cheese belongs to the Brie family, being Brie of course. I don't have information on how much it was aged, but I don't think it was aged for a very long time. That's just a guess though. Secondly, let's move on to the texture and scent of the cheese. First, let's adjust the rind. It's soft, and in this case, it looks to be quite edible. However, it is slightly bitter, and that can affect the flavor of the cheese if you eat it with the rind attached. The cheese itself, as you can see, is quite soft, but not quite liquid like some other Brie I've tried. I would rate it as semi-soft, being closer to the softer cheese end of the spectrum. As you can see, it is relatively easy to cut. Scent-wise, it's about one level down from a very strong smelling cheese. While it's not super strong, it does have a noticeable scent, and the scent was almost milky and buttery. Thus, we're looking at a more moderate cheese that isn't particularly strong smelling and doesn't have any sharp or super strong flavors, which would make it a great cheese for applications where you don't want those characteristics. Finally, let's move to taste. I found this cheese to be mostly milky and buttery in flavor. You get a sense of earthiness and a bit of saltiness as well when you get into its full flavor. The rind, if you eat it with it, does add a bitter aftertaste, but it's quite soft. It feels like almost a part of the whole experience. So in conclusion, this cheese definitely leans in on the milky and buttery flavor, with some amount of earthiness and saltiness mixed in there. It's a mild cheese until you eat the rind, in which case that bitter aftertaste kicks in. To some like me, that may be a part of the experience to enjoy, and for others it may be a turn-off. The cheese is not too creamy either, and cuts well into slices. It's not oozing out of itself like some other Brie that I've had before, but it's not super firm either like the Manchego. My personal opinion, I think that overall this is a decent cheese. It's not my favorite Brie. It would go well perhaps paired with deli meats and pickled vegetables on a charcuterie board, or perhaps with a nice sweet strawberry jam. So while not my personal favorite, it is a very good cheese and definitely can work very well in the right situation. As for me, from a standalone cheese perspective, it's not too bad. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I kept this quite brief. And yeah, thanks for watching. This is Manchego.